Welcome to part 3 of our 100 times Moonshots video, in which we're going to be looking at projects number 11 through 15. These are all altcoins right now that are relatively low profile. They're kind of under the radar, but as such, we feel that they possibly deserve your attention. None of this is financial advice, guys. We're simply expressing our own enthusiasm for these projects. So with that being said, let's launch straight into it with project number 11, Blind Boxes. So Blind Boxes is the world's first gamified curation platform specifically for NFTs, non-fungible tokens. And there's also a mystery twist added on. Right now, I think it's inarguable that NFTs represent the hottest space in cryptocurrency, but at the same time, it presents its challenges and can be pretty daunting. So let's take a look at some of the issues that exist right now. At the moment, there are problems in the NFT space for collectors because beginners are wanting to acquire crypto collectibles, but that's a fraught process. It's one that is kind of complicated and perhaps more difficult than it needs to be. From the perspective of creators, well, they have their own problems as well. Every piece developed by a creator, of course, has a cost associated with it. It could be the digital render, it could be the audio tracks used, other materials, and different publication costs. So these are all factors that need to be considered. So here's what Blind Boxes proposes for creators as a solution. Using Blind Boxes, artists can offset some of these upfront costs. That's because it's an IDO platform and it acts as a decentralized crowdfunding portal for NFT creators. And along with that, it helps them boost sales, circulation, and of course, global exposure for their portfolio, which is very important. When it comes to their solutions for collectors, well, that group can now purchase and open boxes containing limited edition and rare content. And it also comes with a fun mystery box where collectors can unbox and discover rare and potentially ultra rare digital assets. There's even an incentivization mechanism for curators. So for them, the unique incentivization structure at Blind Boxes rewards their ability to be scouts and tastemakers in this ever-growing world of NFTs. So whenever an NFT is resold, the artist is automatically awarded revenue and the current owner receives the bulk of the proceeds. That's done, of course, via smart contract technology. And while the collectors get early access to exclusive content, they're also rewarded for their loyalty. And additionally, the collectors can earn a passive income from future sales of work they've already funded. BLES is the native token. It's a multi-utility token which incorporates some of the best practices from some of the best DeFi projects out there. And the token allows for active participation by both creators and collectors, and it also encourages stakeholders to partake in its effective governance. Currently, BLES can be acquired in a number of different ways: through public token sales, through opening blind boxes, by selling NFTs, non-fungible tokens. BLES can also be acquired by receiving a foundation grant, by participation in community events, and finally, by collaboration in special projects. All of the information that we'll be going through in today's video will be accessible via links in the description if you'd like to read more about minting the BLES token and additional details about the tokenomics of that project. You can check out this article. Let's discuss some of the impressive achievements to date for the Blind Boxes team. So they've partnered with Blockchain Cuties, which actually we just talked about the other day in a recent news recap video. They are a multi-chain blockchain game. And the team at Blind Boxes has also onboarded some very accomplished creators, including some actually that have worked with the Rolling Stones in a collaboration with both Vogue and GQ. All right, taking a look here at the 2021 Blind Boxes roadmap. There's a lot happening here. In Q2 of this year, the public launch is taking place. In fact, on April 1st, Blind Boxes Marketplace is launching on Binance Smart Chain's mainnet. That's a big deal. Also in Q2, the token offering is happening via an exchange listing. Also in Q2, specifically on May 1st, Blind Boxes Launchpad launch event is taking place. And then fast forward a bit to either Q3 or Q4 of this year, migration is taking place. Specifically, Blindbox's plans to migrate to Polkadot in order to leverage blockchain interoperability. And Blindboxes is launching shortly on Ignition, making it the first NFT-centric project on Ignition. That public sale is coming up on the 26th of March, so you still have 3 days at the time of this recording between now and that public sale to get involved. Unfortunately, the whitelist is already closed, but again, the public sale is happening on the 26th of March. The second noteworthy item to discuss with regard to token launch details is the fact that Binance Smart Chain Pad is also involved. The PancakeSwap listing is on the 26th of March as well. The public sale token price is going to be set at 0.15 BUSD. Snapshot number 1 has already passed. That was on the 22nd of March, but snapshot number 2 will be Thursday, the 25th of March at 2 p.m. UTC. Project number 12 in today's video is Convergence, the decentralized interchangeable asset protocol. So specifically, it's aiming to converge real-world assets with DeFi liquidity by offering an interchangeable asset protocol. Convergence is working to broaden the scope of security tokens specifically. So the existing trading volume of security tokens is low. And that's because security tokens remain relatively isolated from the broader digital asset ecosystem. They have not really yet been able to harness the evolutions and some of the benefits associated with DeFi and NFTs, non-fungible tokens. And so as a result, the scope of growth in this sector kind of remains depressed for 3 specific reasons. Number 1, low liquidity. Number 2, siloed protocols. And number 3, limited access to professional investors. So Convergence is essentially creating bridges for any utility token and any wrapped security token. And Convergence protocol is an AMM, an automated market maker that allows anyone to swap among all types of tokens. So put simply, imagine Binance is doing an IPO, but you're just a BNB holder. Well, Convergence in theory would provide you the capability of swapping BNB with Binance equity. Let's discuss some of the achievements that have been checked off the list so far, beginning with Mask Network, which has invested and partnered with Convergence in order to broaden the open financial system. So Mask Network's founder and CEO Suji Yan will be joining Convergence as an advisor. They have joined hands on initial Twitter offering, ITO, and Wrapped Security Token, WST. You may be hearing that acronym for the first time. So an initial Twitter offering, or an ITO, is a new kind of public offering conducted by Mask Network via Mask Book through a set of protocols integrated into an initial DEX offering, or IDO mechanism. And with an ITO, Twitter users can buy tokens without leaving the social network. On the 21st of March, Convergence announced whitelist winners for the Polkastarter IDO happening on the 25th of March, and the whitelisting was 500 times oversubscribed. There's actually a pretty long list of some fairly well-known investors, including the co-founder of the Fosun Group. There are lots of others as well if you want to check out the full list of investors. Again, some rather notable names there. But here's the good news. It raised $2 million for its bid to bring DeFi liquidity to real-world assets, and that has been covered fairly extensively in the news on some of the crypto websites. So that's been a good source of positive marketing and publicity. All right, let's talk token launch. The IDO is happening on Polkastarter in a couple of days from the time of this recording, the 25th of March. The token ticker is CONV, C-O-N-V. Now, the whitelist has closed. The whitelist closed on the 19th of March at 12 p.m. UTC. IDO price is $0.005 or half a penny. The total raise, $300,000. Maximum cap per person is $300. And again, that IDO date is the 25th of March. IDO venue, Polkastarter. Next up, and at number 13 on our list, is a project actually that we've cited in recent days and weeks because it's been in the news. Unmarshal. They're building a multi-chain data indexing network, and this would offer structured blockchain data for industry participants. The network right now supports Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Elrond, Polkadot, and Substrate-based chains. The team plans to extend its support to Layer 2 networks through Polygon, which previously was known as MATIC network. The unique selling point here is that Unmarshal is a complete end-to-end data network and serves customized data needs for its clients without asking them to code. And so therefore, the clients have access to generic data like wallet balance, transaction history for any address, as well as a large number of additional variables. Recently, Unmarshal completed a $2.6 million seed funding round from a number of crypto industry investors. Venture funds that participated in Unmarshal's round included Woodstock, Black Edge Capital, Genesis Block Ventures, NGC Ventures, AU21, Spark Ventures, BitMax, as well as some others. And the round was also joined by individual investors like Ravindra Kumar and Philip Arthur Moore from Frontier. Sandeep Nailwal, the co-founder of Polygon, was also in the mix. And Unmarshal has some pretty strong partnership news to boast about, even at these relatively early stages. They've already partnered with Elrond Network. I've mentioned Polygon, previously known as MATIC Network. I've mentioned that a few times now. They've struck up a partnership with Unmarshal, and the idea with both of these collaborations is to deliver indexing and querying. There's another strategic partnership that's been struck up with Fuse. So Fuse Network will leverage Unmarshal's data APIs, and Fuse will be able to query interoperable on-chain data with ease, including, for example, wallet balances and cross-chain bridge transactions. All right, token launch details. Marsh is the ticker, that is MARSH. It's also the utility token of Unmarshal's network that can be used as payment. It can also be used for staking and rewarding users who contribute to the network. So Marsh is coming to Polkastarter. That is happening on the 30th of March, 2021. Once again, Marsh, ticker MARSH. It's coming to Polkastarter, and that'll be happening on the 30th of March. So you have about a week from the time of this recording, 7 days. All right, at number 14 on our list of 100 times moonshots, we're discussing Human Protocol. All right, so here's some context. Leading artificial intelligence product creators like Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, they have centralized access to data, really, if you think about it, which is produced by billions and billions of users. So the data they harvest is used to train their AI products. They have that built-in advantage by virtue of the size of their network. But as you can imagine, the playground is not really fair for all players. Many machine learning practitioners simply don't have access to massive data pools, which can then be used to train their AI models. And so Human Protocol uses blockchain to democratize data on a decentralized, permissionless, and open platform. It provides companies an equitable foundation of choice and incentive to improve their data practices. Human Protocol already has some notable achievements that are worth discussing here, beginning with HCAPTCHA. That's an online security service which is used by hundreds of millions of users each month as they interact with websites and mobile apps. It's possibly that you've already used a similar CAPTCHA service today. Well, it's based on Human Protocol, and in 2020, Cloudflare migrated from reCAPTCHA to Human Protocol's HCAPTCHA. And in December of 2020, just a few months ago, Human Protocol Foundation partnered with Moonbeam, which is an Ethereum-compatible smart contract platform on the Polkadot network. Earlier this year, Human Protocol Foundation added Solana integration, which is a big deal. And as far as what's coming up next, well, in the next month or so, Human Protocol will be moving to Ethereum's Scale network and Polkadot's Moonbeam network. Okay, let's discuss token launch details. HMT is the ticker. It is the medium of exchange between the network actors within the decentralized markets of Human Protocol. It was to be listed on Bitfinex in October of 2020, but there's been a delay. So this was postponed to accommodate strategic upgrades to the human protocol roadmap. You're going to want to keep on top of this information here, and we'll deliver that to you if and when it comes out. As of right now, we don't have additional information other than to say that it was postponed, the Bitfinex listing from October of 2020. We do expect to hear news and updates shortly. Of course, we'll share those with you when they become available. And finally, at number 15 in our list of 100 times moonshots, we are examining Sigma DEX. So, the existing decentralized synthetic models are heavily inefficient. This is because they demand so-called hyper collateralization to counter volatility in secondary markets. And as a result, the app users end up spending more than they have to and get less than they should out of it. Basically, users who are staking in liquidity pools and locking up large amounts of capital are receiving minimal benefits. Sigma DEX, that's Sigma DEX, uses game theory, timed liquidity lockups, rewards, and penalties, which inflate and deflate the supply. And so as a result, it balances collateralization in a way that the market volatility does not affect the network stability. And this is because it uses ACE, that's ACE, Algorithmic Collateralization Engine, to determine collateralization at any given point in time. The Sigma DEX protocol is managed by many individuals around the world who hold its native governance token known as DEX. And through a unique system of governance involving executive voting and governance polling, DEX holders govern the protocol and assume the financial risks to ensure its economic stability, transparency, and of course, efficiency. Details surrounding this project are a little bit sparse at the moment, but it has been added to a number of watch lists, including this one courtesy of The Dude. Twitter handle is @DudeSignals. The Dude upcoming launches watch list for March of 2021. Took me a while to research and build this list, but it's finally here. You can see here that Sigma DEX is represented with a whole range of other projects that are perhaps worth your consideration. So there you have it, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. That rounds out part 3 of our list of 100 times potential altcoin moonshots. And once again, none of this is financial advice, but you know, the idea here is that we're just trying to share our enthusiasm for these projects and a little bit of philosophy for a moment, if you'll indulge me. Whether you're talking about altcoins or cryptocurrency or any other kind of investment in any other kind of traditional sector, really, the way to make a lot of money and to be very successful in your investments and your trades is to get in early, at the earliest possible stages. Now, that's not to say you're going to be cavalier about it. You have to do your due diligence. You have to do your homework. You have to understand the asset that you're investing in. You have to have confidence in that investment and probably more importantly in the team. But if you've gotten all that legwork and homework and due diligence done, then really the biggest advantage you have on your side is getting in early ahead of time. So that's all I'm going to say. None of this is financial advice. These are not projects that we at Altcoin Buzz are invested in yet, but you know what? We're starting to pay attention to some of these because, like you guys, we also want to get in early on some of the best projects out there. So as time goes by, as the developments and the roadmaps mature, we're going to keep on top of these projects. We'll alert you guys to those developments and updates when they become available. But in the meantime, best of luck if you do choose to invest. Keep checking into our website for updates. It is altcoinbuzz.io. We will have for you guys very shortly a price prediction and analysis piece, video that is, on STMX, StormX. In the meantime, you can check out the write-up here by Pratik on altcoinbuzz.io. Same thing goes for Harmony One. We'll have a dedicated price prediction video very soon. Guys, stay safe out there, and as always, we do hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.